How you doing, everybody? This is Silly Toaster 33 from Learn Horizon Worlds on YouTube, and today we're going to be showing you some scripting, little tips to understand how to get going. And this is one of the things that I think kind of resolves a problem for everybody understanding how to link things together and get started. So let's take a look. I created a world here real quick from the tutorials. So you go to create down here, you hit tutorials, scripting samples, that's the world. So I created this world, and here we have this thing. And there's three boxes, and I touch this, and it turns it red, and I touch this and it turns it yellow, and I touch this and it turns it blue. So all it's doing is just changing the color of that little flower. Oh, I guess when I touch it, it goes back. Yellow, blue, blue. Oh, it's because I'm too close. There we go. So like this. Okay, so blue, red, and yellow. Okay, that's the idea here. Now, here's the thing that I think a lot of people are getting caught up on. Okay, so in this example, what it is that we have is we have this object here, which is being affected. Okay, these triggers are the things that are running the actual code. Okay, and this is the script, and I'm going to show you how that all works. So this script, nice and simple, just says when the trigger is entered by the player, set the target to this color. Okay, and this is pretty easy, understandable, and reproducible, but let's just explain this real quick. Okay, you need to understand when something's going to happen on your script, which is this right here, the events. Okay, it's when the event is received, when the trigger's exited, when it projectile hits a player, when a object is grabbed, etc., etc. These are the when question. All right, so when is the thing on the script going to happen? And then there's two things that can happen. Whatever event ends up happening is going to be categorized as a motion or as an action. So when the trigger is entered by the player, you're going to respawn the player. Or when the trigger is entered by the player, you're going to set that object to invisible, for example. Set the gravity to 0, and it's going to go, shoot into the sky. Whatever it is that you want to design here. And normally what ends up happening is that when you're writing these scripts, there's certain things that you're going to have to fill in over here. So you got to fill in color, you have to fill in the target, you have to fill in player, all right? And you do that with these little colored pills. That's what we call them, pills. And those are variables. So here you're going to see that there's some variables that were added to this script. And what you need to understand is that this is not where you answer the variable. This is just where you set the variable. So this is the container, let's call it, or a box. And this box contains a color, and this box contains an object, but we don't know what color it's containing, and we don't know what object the target is containing. We haven't answered that here yet. So in order to answer these things, you don't do it on the script. The script is just a thing, in the back doing the mechanics or whatever. Where we answer that is wherever the script is attached. So in this case, we've got this blue box, but there's a trigger right here. And this trigger, you can see, is got the script attached to it. Trigger set color, okay? And in here, all the variables that were on the trigger set color script are available here on this trigger object, and you can answer it. So for this one, the color is going to be 0.03, 0.44, 0.97, and I'm assuming that that's blue, right? And the target is this entity group, which happens to be that flower. Okay, now if I close this one and then I head over to this one, you're going to see that these values are different. It's the same script. It's the same script that's attached to this trigger, but the values of those variables are different. So this is the color box, but it's a different color inside. And this is the target box, and it just so happens to be the same target that's in there because we're trying to affect that flower with all three of these. And then again, this one over here, same thing, all right? This is the trigger object that's right in front of me right here, but the values for the color are different. So the script, there's only one script running that color. But this one says that the color is yellow, and this one says the color is red, and this one says that the color is blue, right? That's pretty interesting. All right, so now we want to understand here. It's pretty easy. How do I fill in the variable, the pill for color? Well, I can fill it in right here. So I can just click this and I can change that, and then the color is going to be different. So let's just do this real fast. All right. And it's obviously not going to be yellow. I don't know what color that is. Let's go like this. Let's touch blue. Oh, I guess it was still kind of yellow, but anyways. All right, so the point is you fill in the answers for the variables that are on the script through the object that is attached to it, because each object can have different answers. All right, now in order to get that entity group there, okay, what you would be doing is you'd be taking this flower, you'd be opening up the entity group, and you would take its pill from there and you would drag it to there. And when you drag it, the flower is now connected to this object through the variable. So that's pretty easy, pretty good. And that's it. I just wanted to show that. That's how you drag the pills around. Now, if we head back over to this guy, when you end up going to the variables, you'll notice that you can drag color, right? And you can drag the target. And the target here is just a variable, and it's being answered by those three objects. And that's it. I just wanted to give a short little explanation. My battery's about to die, so I hope that helped you guys understand how you drag the pills around. You can drag them like this, and you just answer the variables that are on the script, but from the position of the object, because it's going to be different for this one than it is going to be for this one and this one, right? And there we go. See you later, guys.